Put your pinky on the bow.
Yes.
Are you able to use it on the bow?
I do. Like when I first started, I was sort of playing it sort of like that, which isn't a good habit.
Any chance you can maybe clip the fingernail?
Would
you like nail clippers?
I thought about to, but I probably do. I tried clipping it first when it got better.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I can bring you some nail clippers.
okay, that would be cool.
You get a choice. You can go to the kitchen if you want. Oh, Bubbles, you're in the carrier. Did you want?
Mama, I'm the best. Thank you.
It also just looks really long.
Yeah. I'm glad you do this.
Yes. That's when you see it. But that's, I mean, I have like no sense of when my ears. I love it.
Not the cat smells in there, right? Okay.
Skin's peeling. Okay, sorry.
What would you like to play today?
Well, I was thinking of maybe doing some of the quintet because I like kind of started it.
Yeah.
I kind of need some help.
Now, look, you've got, you've got lots of time for the quintet. And you'll have coachings and all that, so right now your priority is going to be to get the audition out of the way. And that includes Bach, we have Bruch. Did you record Bruch in a way that you could send to him?
Sort of. It was like a little section of it. I sent him some of the, I think like a lot.
Yeah. Was it a good recording?
They're recordings from a while ago. Like this. One of the studio classes I did really well.
Okay, but you probably will need to record everything to send him. What about Bach Preludio? Where are you on that?
I haven't really done it. I can do it.
No, if you haven't done it, maybe we shouldn't be working on that.
I mean, I like played it, like sort of, to like review it. It wasn't that bad, but I probably didn't practice it.
Well, Ella, so you want to get into a camp that has standards, and you need to expect more from yourself for this, because if you underperform, there are going to be other kids that are not underperforming, and yeah, so you just need to have much higher self expectations. So it's not just getting through the pieces, it has to be on an artistic level. You have to show individuality and musicality, which implies real ease with the text. Because part of the technique is the ability to learn the text and to be able to present it fluently. That's part of the technique. Oh, he wants to be a violinist. Okay, so which piece? Which is the one you've worked on the most?
I guess the second movement. Yeah.
Okay, so let's not waste time. Let's just dive into it. You can go down to third position if you wish.
I have no
I don't remember how.
I have
did you
no idea what
finish?
this
Well,
says. It's just there was like a scribble,
so you have to shift much higher here.
it's just there was like this like huge scribble there, and I have no idea what that meant.
Right. Okay, so Ella, good, especially coming out of the injury and all that. This is like a new chapter. Not having practiced for almost a month and starting now. And beginning on a clear head, I want you to think about three things when you play. Can you guess what they are?
Intuition and the
And the what?
edge.
Edge? No, what are the three elements of music that we've talked about? You identified two of them correctly.
Yeah,
Tone and
it's
pitch, and what's the
sound
third
point.
one?
Either sound
No,
point.
sound point is part of tone. Starts with RH. Yes, those three things. So if you can listen in a critical way and know how to improve things when you hear accidents in those three areas, you can be your own teacher. So can we go back to the beginning of the piece one more time? Actually, the opening is pretty good. Things start getting a little bit confusing in the second long phrase. So do you mind if we begin from here and listen to yourself with those three things in mind? And I'll be stopping you. Okay, so let's stop and analyze. This might have been a little bit too long of a phrase because if there are more than a couple of accidents happening, then maybe you should stop and just analyze and regroup, address. I already forgot what they were. I caught them as you were playing, but I forgot because it was too long. Can we do a shorter phrase? So first of all, give yourself good support. Yeah, you know, having to play in front of an orchestra again has made me so self-conscious about how I stand and all that. Because if you go and you're a soloist, doing this is not going to be right. But if this is how you practice, this is what you practice, and this is what you want to be doing in front of the orchestra. So can you please stand good so you have nice support? This is a concerto. You will have an orchestra behind you performing it one day. So you want to gear toward that, yeah? So, shorter phrase this time. Okay, so I heard two accidents already in those categories. So the rhythm of this could be a little bit more precise. And then there's a bow change right around there. There was a tone issue at the beginning of the down bow. Did you hear those things? Let's play one more time. Now that I've pointed your awareness over them, maybe the accidents won't happen. Yeah. Now, fixing it means just doing it right. It doesn't mean deliberately going so overboard with something that it becomes wrong the other way. And some vibrato on that. So this is a tone thing. So, what? Sort of, yeah. And since you're about to reach the other place, you have a tone issue here. Okay. Oh, you need to save more because the accident is still there. I mean, it's pretty, but at this point, we're looking for a much higher level of playing, right? One more time. Okay, so we have an intonation issue and maybe also a little bit of a tone issue. Do you feel that you're at the top of your register screaming that and not being able to get more sound on the high notes? Yeah, so which means you don't need to be playing so hard and blast so much on the lower stuff. I love the tone. Maybe it's a little bit too big. So can you play this with the just at the top of your range in terms of color and dynamic? Yes. So this is your climax for the phrase. You have to gauge everything else according to that. Da, 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 da. Okay, now that was fantastic. Now it's a different musical gesture, isn't it? So you need to change your tone there somehow for the second one. So here. Here on this one, it could be something like that. You can start right on that. But sustain the sound. Nice. Yeah. So there was something that was both rhythm and tone accident on this bow. So do you feel that there's some sort of direction going through that sequence of three notes? I know that you have to lift your bow, you have to change the bow and all those things, but there's a musical expression that and inflection that you have to do in a more intuitive way, not mechanically. Yes. And that last note, what do you want to do with it? Right. So, in which category is the taper accident or the lack of it?
The show.
Right.
And it was like really raspy.
Yeah. Well, it was too loud. So it kind of wanted to re-energize and it just needs to relax. Do you hear the bulge? Do you hear the bulge right here? So control your bow. That was beautiful, Ella. Now, would you like to put all of this in context? So you have to think ahead because the thing, making mistakes is actually a good thing because it gives you a game plan of how exactly to gauge your next performance of it. And hopefully you will remember the good things. So eventually don't think about avoiding mistakes, but you think about doing things right. So.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so in which category are we experiencing difficulties? And rhythm, because if the tone doesn't speak right away, that becomes a rhythm issue. So
It's just not singing.
okay, so what do you need to do? So look, you need to pivot the hand a little bit for that. So open the hand and pivot. Yes, that way you will always order. You can you can shift on a half step with a whole step finger pattern. Instead of one more thing, how tight are you when you miss it? Are you squeezing? Are you grabbing? Let's try that one more time and see if you can release. Actually, don't do anything. Just observe what you're doing because you have to be aware of what you're doing when it doesn't go right. Oh, it's perfect. You didn't grab, right? Can you remember the feel in the hand, the feel of release? Okay. Well, I do want to hear it in context one more time. Do you think you can keep your, what's that called? Focus.
That's right.
Yeah, and now the tone is beautiful, but you're not vibrating every time you have the chance. So some of the notes are blank or empty.
It's just I'm scared that it's gonna sound like it's too much.
No, you need to. This is romantic music. You can't afford not to vibrate, unless it's a special effect when you go senza vibrato for extended. You need to color everything with really rich, vibrant colors. To me, this phrase it was a little bit of a tone accident because it didn't. At first, when you started, you didn't have a plan what to do with your tone. You found the sound later on in the phrase, but the first time it was just playing with beautiful sound, but not the music, or not with enough musical understanding. So you're looking a little bit disdainful.
Even like at the beginning of the phrase.
When it repeats.
Oh.
Because it's piano, right? We presumably have gathered some momentum in sound, so it just needs to change right away. Do you mind giving yourself something to gauge against with sound here on this? And now echo of sorts. Change your vibrato also. Not slower. in this case, it has to be with much more yearning, the sound on that. Don't double dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Isn't there a rhythm or something at the end of that? So that's a rhythm thing. To me, this is pretty much straight in tempo. Something like that. Yeah, talk to me.
My bow starts bouncing when I throw it, so it makes it really
Now, I have the feeling that your bow is also bouncing because your bow hold is forte bow hold and you are trying to play with forte bow hold in piano. So can you do you see the difference? This is forte bow hold. No, move from there. I'm purposefully showing from the same bow. So forte. Do you see how deep my index finger is? Yeah, and this is my piano bow hold. So you need to change into piano bow hold. Can you try it? Yeah, and you can use less hair for that. Yes. Is that better? I think so. Sounds nicer. Let's go on. Now, same thing. Tone. Don't do a tone accident. So cleaner start. Don't sneak in. So it's a piano beginning. Is it a piano beginning? Is that what it says? Okay. So it's not the but that would be with an extension. So Ella, and then you walk. Yeah, and then you walk. Yeah. So can we do it without the tripping there, so we don't have rhythm accident? Yeah, how can you organize your shift? Hold on a second. You need to organize your shift to help with the. So, is it a classical shift? Are you treating it as a classical shift or as a romantic shift? With the classical shift, the note of arrival is with the new bow. So you're doing. Is that? Actually, we don't have romantic descending shifts, so that was kind of a stupid question that I asked you. So your sliding has to be on the old bow. The arrival, the new note is the new bow. Here. And now you're jumping. Don't jump. Yes. So we can hear a little bit of that connecting tissue, almost like I don't know. In my head, I have this visual like that looks like a comma when you have that little continuation through. So use that to connect the two pitches. It's okay because you can also hear where you are on the fingerboard. So let's do the phrase. No accent if you can. So, do you have enough rosin in your bow? Okay. Okay, so, here, this, to me, this was both pitch and rhythm accident because so have enough bow for this so you don't rush. And the intonation has to be good. And now, do you plan your vibrato to be so different on each finger? The biggest difference is between your third and second finger here. You heard it, yes. That's very good. Now let's put it in context with what precedes it.
I noticed that I'm doing.
With the bow? No, I'm not hearing it. It's okay with the vibrato.
Is it okay if I like feel it? Because it's like I feel like everyone's here, like people hear it, but I hear it.
No, I don't hear that, Ella. I hear little accidents, so it doesn't sound like continuous sound. There's just a little bit of noise, and I hear the intent to crescendo through it, but it's not with pure tone throughout. That's what I'm hearing. That's what's bothering me. I don't hear those pulses as a crescendo.
It's just I'm hearing them. It's kind of annoying.
So, well, then do smoother crescendo with the bow if you're hearing that. And you might hear a little bit of pulsing because the vibrato has rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's
okay.
right, yeah.
Yes. And now, what are you doing with the vibrato? Are you thinking of speeding it up as you go through?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. That's right.
Yeah, I guess that's right. I assume no, go faster. It's
well, if you can be a little bit more kind of smoother, think like when you draw your bow, you don't think but it's one motion. Same thing going through this. Wow, is that in fortissimo? Is that where we are? There's the sforzando, but and the yeah, good. Ya da da. You're running out of bow. You have to keep yourself closer to the frog for those two guys. So let's see what is going on.
So like you use my bow?
So here you're gone. You were just doing, and then oops. So here. So after the sforzando note, whole bow. So you can play big without having to force. Yes. So think about also. So instead of just bow changer here, put vibrato accent on it. Your bow arm is going to mimic what your hand is doing. Brava. That was really good. Yay! Now we have to do it one more time in different contexts. We're moving on. Well, every time you play the piece, now that you know how to do this, you have to go through this process.
Yay.
Go on.
coordination stuff, and I just
Yeah.
that shit.
And not only that, there was stone staff
Yeah.
because you ran out of bow.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same solution though.
Oh,
Yeah, so that has to.
the tone got lost there.
Yeah, in the tone. There is something else about tone. Yeah, when you get to the climax here, both high notes actually, you're not close enough to the bridge, and that's why you're probably feeling tone frustration. Try one more time. Ooh,
Oh,
Bubbles is here behind me, and he's enjoying what he's hearing. Yes. But lift the bow. Ta-ram, pa-pa-ra. There's a dot. There's this thing. You have to lift your bow. Yeah, and again, let's do it with more musical integrity. With good intention, musical intention. So it's just a lift. But do it one more time. You can still get a better bow division, a better bow distribution for this down bow here. Oop. Oop. Sorry, I'm just so awful with this kind of things.
actually, it took me a long time to learn how to.
Okay, can we do that phrase? Yeah, Ella, it's a little bit lethargic. Da 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 da. Which falls into which category? It's a rhythm category, so it's lethargic. Da 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 da. Just be a little bit. Yes, yes. And you know what? If in performance there is a sound thing that sound accident creeping in, do not sacrifice the rhythm for that, because you will get back on track with the sound. You've got such an unbelievable sense for tone with the bow. So trust that, but do not lose the rhythm. That's good. Go on. Ooh, but you practice it so well with the vibrato and all that, and now put it. Yes, so you have to. Okay. So there might be a little bit too much rhythmic freedom that you're taking here. Can you streamline it a little bit? And then, where's the diminuendo?
That's crescendo.
Do we have a diminuendo? Okay.
That means I need to start quieter.
You can, and you probably should. Because
Because there's like a
it's
crescendo
yeah,
there.
because it gets more and more exalted as you move on, right? And if you run out of steam, it sounds just like that. You've run out of steam, so you have to gauge yourself better. Yeah, I know. But the solutions, decisions. No, you don't need to go all the way there. Yes. So yeah, let's start right there. So, okay, that's still a little bit too much rhythmic freedom, and
What do you mean by rhythmic freedom? Is it like too...
it's uneven. It's uneven, and there's a little bit too much kind of scooting forward in it, and it's a little bit grander than you think. So listen better for evenness. Now the places where you're really struggling is when you have to play long bows after these. So maybe don't spend such enormous bows on the couplets, so it wouldn't feel so restricted when you get to the long bows.
That's
Okay.
better than the last one.
It's sped up a little bit, and you know, with each one, I hear loss of sound in this area of the bow. So can you sustain your bow? It's the final long one. Let's not play it so slow.
Yeah.
So that's our tempo, right? So make sense? Did you see what I do? Did you see what I did? So I didn't overspend on these guys. So I basically moved my bow to the frog.
Okay.
And then I started with a really slow bow here. So yes, you do have a sforzando there. But don't spend half of your bow on that sforzando because you have to bow with a really slow bow speed. So can we try it with these amendments? That's better. So too much time on and bonus forzando, but that's the right solution for this.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we move on?
Sure.
Did you get it? You understand? You'll fix. Keep going. release your hand for the octave. This is all very good, Ella. Don't give up. Now, it worries me though that you have to fix so many intonation issues, and then you played just once through it and you left it there. Do you think that you will be with good intonation next time playing through it? So you need to have a game plan because consistency is very important. Now, can I check your fingerings to make sure that things are good? You know what? This is not a good fingering here. So, and the harmonic is only an option. So try with that and let's see how it works. Do you know where that E lives with the second finger? Yeah, think where you play the harmonic. Yes, and just reset your hand there. Yes. Better, isn't it? Yes. Maybe that's the solution. Can you do the phrase one more time? You're running out of bow. So this is a recurring theme now because this is the third time when after short bows we run out of bow for the long one. Figure it out, fix it.
Oh, okay.
Whatever you want to do is fine.
Go on. This is very good, Ella. So the runs are a little bit slow, so that puts us into rhythm accidents. So they just need to compress a little bit. They're very clear. I want to go through two more sections with you. So I want to hear the one which we're approaching and then the one at the top of the next page. The G flat major. So just continue from where we are. Continue from where we are. I'll tell you where to go.
I do not understand my fingers. Two.
Right. So it's just these guys are together. Yeah, because it's not enough. This really has to be with much more emphasis. Now, could we make sure that we don't have a tone accident or going to risk some more diminuendo points? And then each and every time these guys need to happen as well. Did you hear the pitch accidents?
Yes.
Okay, shall we try one now?
Just at the.
Yes. You need to start with vibrato on the first one. Yes, that's.
It's hard to vibrate.
I know. Yes. No, it's just the first note.
Okay.
It's just the first note. Connect. So the octaves need to be better pitch.
That's something I'm not too good at.
Yes, and Ella, do you feel how much more it helps when you connect? Yeah. Okay. The pacing of this thing is not right, so this is into the rhythm category. So you need a springboard note, which is your first note. So you've got this garland going up, and it's not just. Do you feel how you need the E in order to start building the chord on top of it? And then you take a little bit of time on those two notes that we singled out, and then you kind of let go. Can you try the bowing, which we decided, yeah. Ella, it's slowing down on the way down too much, and that's why it feels labored. So it's like an arch. So as we go up, we reach and slow down, and then we just let go. Let's play together.
I'm sorry.
So, no, it's okay. Let's not force the note on which we're building it, because we have to be able to crescendo from it. So the first note is kind of gentle. Tone, the bows need to connect. And another thing for tone, so instead of, don't force the high note, it needs to close there. Right, and here the pacing still, no, once you take time on the E, then it needs to recoup and move. Yes, that's better. Without the pitch accident. Yeah, I have to mention that. Okay, can we skip to the top of the next page? I mean, yes. Okay, talk to me.
Rhythm, and still really good.
Well, intonation was quite good throughout, but the rhythm and tone definitely. So, in the tone category, what would you like changed?
Probably the
That's the yeah. And again, feel that it's not by note, but it's gestures. So try to unify the gestures through the tone. Oops, the rhythm thing is still the same. Da 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 da. Yeah, it needs to be more even on that. Right. And now, Ella, speaking of those gestures, we have 2 short gestures and 1 long gesture, which is classical phrasing, like 2 plus 2 plus 4. Can you show that? It will solve so many phrasing issues. No. It's the short gestures are before that. Da, 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 da. That's short.
Sorry, I think
Now long. Yeah, I'm hearing da 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 da. You're breaking it there. Don't break it. Just keep the connectivity with the bow. And can you solve that pitch issue in the second gesture?
it's always there. I know it's there.
Well, let's solve it. If it's always there, it has to be solved. Lovely. Can that be with much more like baritone? Again, the connectivity on the long phrase. This is the long phrase. Your reset in first position means better pitch. It's better. It's not 100%, but it's better. So now, Ella, you've played this piece for a long time, and musically, you know it. Consistency and improving of the things that we talked about today is what needs to happen. And improving pitch is going to affect rhythm. Then you will discover, oh, my rhythm is much better, so I can do probably something better with tone and so on. Improving those things, it really brings the level of playing higher. You need to record this soon, but you need to be very consistent with certain things. So for pitch, there shifts at certain places that are always a problem. Write them out on a piece of paper and practice them outside of the context of the piece, just so you can play them correctly at will and not feel scared about them. And I would say practice for if you practice well for 4 days, the way we just did, you should be ready to record this moment and have it out of your plate And then at the end of that 4 days, I hope I can see you so we can start working on something else. Probably the vote. That would be your next.
So just this for the next 4 days?
Yes.
And is
But
this
with good head, the way you just did today, because this is the most mature and most the best lesson we've ever had.
So
is
I'm
this one.
assuming
Yes.
this is a good lesson for her to watch and
Yes,
maybe play
absolutely.
along with.
Yes. And she knows the portion. They're like 3 minutes worth of it that she needs to save and watch
And
every
then
time.
what's your schedule like? We can see.
Can we stop this?
Yeah.
Here, and I'll